Hello, y'all. Happy witching hour. Almost. It's High Priestess Jamila. Man, it seemed like it's been forever since I have been here, and I won't be here long. How y'all doing? I got flagged falsely, of course, a week ago while I was under my possession of Lilith. Lilith is a trip, y'all. And so I'm finally back, and I'm gonna be doing some updates to my channel because it's gonna help the algorithm, I guess, to tell the algorithm what my channel is supposed to be doing. And I'm gonna be kind of doing that. It ain't gonna take me that. It shouldn't take that long to do those updates now that I'm actually able to make those updates. So I'm pretty excited about that. Okay. So I just wanted to update y'all real quick. I am still like I'm driving back to my hometown actually. Just FYI. And so we're making it a little at a time. You know what I mean? Hey Stefan. Yeah, I'm back. And you know what? I'm really hoping that not hoping. I know that this channel is going to start growing once I make the updates. Tonight, it'll start growing probably like within the next month or so. The people that actually enjoy my channel, they're going to be like more like-minded, friendlier people over here, even though I'm going to be honest with y'all. That group of people, which I don't know why they do that. It's it's so weird. What they will do is they will go and they will confront people and they'll say, why do you talk to this person? Why do you talk to Jamila? Because it's bizarre. Their obsession with trying to isolate me. And I keep telling them and warning them that their obsessions is going to destroy them. But people typically, they have to learn on their own. Okay. But that's what I'm hoping for. And I was running across a couple of videos last night that, are, oh man, but anything beyond 2020 is more than likely going to be gone, except for some of like the Gabriel Fernandez reading that I did. I'm going to keep that up. Any video that has like a decent amount of views. The rest of the little tiny videos that don't have a lot of views, those are going to go. And in that way, it'll clear up some of the congestion of this channel. In the meantime, we are doing something about all of the false flagging. Some things Spirit will do right away, but then some things they will gradually work out those issues because and you know what, do I feel that it's a part of some kind of what I feel is it's confusion. What I feel is it's religious people having their opinion, hypocrisy, and people just being obsessed with me because your girl got hey man, hey. What we want to do is make sure that everybody over here is comfortable. We don't we do not want anybody over on my channel feeling uncomfortable. We don't. And as soon as I get back home, I'm starting the candle aspect of my business back up, which is Midwest Candles. And we're just going to do a lot of hauls, a lot of candle making videos, and just a lot of fun stuff. Cause it's just been drab and blah, blah. It's like, oh my God, I want to bring back the true spirit of this channel. You know what I'm saying? Because it has been run over with just these unclean spirits of these evil people. And so what I wanted to tell you guys about, and I hadn't gotten the chance because I was busy all day today, was my road opener group. I am trying to do things that are affordable for people. Obviously, you guys that are able to do more, that's y'all business. It ain't nobody else's business what you can do. So I'll be posting the information on that. Road opener, a lot of people, when they think about that, like, it can be used for a lot of different purposes. It can be used to open roads of money, to open channels of love, to open channels of just a lot of different various aspects of maybe something that you may desire. So, it just really depends on what I read in my reading, what spirit is saying that they can do, because it's $77.77. I'm going to have that going until probably the 24th, and I'm going to close it out. And then on the 25th of February, then we're going to move on to something else. But it is going to be like a regular thing that, the new moons are really, really good for that. So if you guys are interested, you guys need to do that. I know that the whole group thing, based upon groups like the group that y'all have seen me have issues with, it's almost like it's so toxic. But in my group, when I do group work, I work on you guys separately. It's not a group. You're not joining hands with anybody. We're not a coven. Okay. Even though I do have a couple of apprentices. No, let me think that. I have one apprentice so far. But so also another thing, I don't have a website anymore, and we're going to keep it that way for a little while. And part of the reason is because my spirits are doing a lot of protecting of me, and they do not want people that they don't approve of just having open and free reign to me. Like, it's and then also when it comes to pricing and things of that nature, what we're working on in 2025, it just, for some reason, it just kind of you know what I'm saying? But I do have a link tree, and I do have PayPal, Cashapp. And so all of my offerings and stuff are on the link tree. My link tree, you should be able to get to it through my channel. I think I updated it on my channel, like the homepage of my channel. When I get settled home and I open up my portion of my shop where I'm able to easily ship things when I get settled, then more than likely I am going to bring back a website, but it will be small. It will not be as involved with all those pricings and stuff, because to be honest with you, it's not necessarily that the price is going to be lower or cheaper or more for some of you. It's just that the prices of what we do, there are set prices, but then some of it is negotiable. A lot of it we have to negotiate. So it didn't make no sense, especially being that a lot of y'all want and need payment arrangements. Like, for example, my protection, and I think right on the day that I began to tell you guys about the protection is when the enemy or the adversaries saw a way to flag this channel to where I could not speak to you guys about the protection that I have, which is really, really Bombay. And I'm going to talk to you guys about some stuff like right now, like seriously. I do a lot of research. I do. And to me, blind faith has never just been my thing. It hasn't. Because according to my observation, it has not been a good thing for people. So I've been trying to get people to understand, which it is very difficult to get people to snap out of the mind control. And I don't want to say mind control, but I want to say, to me, it's a past life regression. That's the way I'm going to always look at it. And then also another thing, a lot of you guys that come to me and you're asking me to do things, but you're still connected and tied to a religion that tells you that you cannot have those things. This is a fact. No matter how you try to spin it, no matter what you do, when it comes to Christianity, Catholicism, and I'm not sure about being Muslim, but I do know that those particular two religions, they don't really allow you to have wealth. And then also, from my understanding, those religions do not really understand the world that we're living in today, our cost of living. So when you come to me and you say, Jamila, I want to make $5,000-$10,000 per month, that's considered to be wealth. And there is several verses in the Bible that tells you that you're not supposed to have that. It does. Now, it does also say, which I think is the reason why a lot of people don't actually get what I'm saying. Hey, Zenaida. Hello. Blessings to you. I think the reason why a lot of people don't get what I'm saying is because also in that verse, it mentions something about, having faith as well. My problem with that is that it not only mentions that you're not supposed to have that, but then also that you can be punished. From my observation, most people that are Christian end up being punished. They can have 20,000 crosses and crucifixes in their home, and they still end up being punished. So this is the reason why I am pagan. I'm sorry, I'd rather not. And a lot of people just don't understand that. It's very difficult for them to get that. It is very difficult as a practitioner with so many religious people seeking out the services of witches. Now, my new protection does protect from those particular spirits that come in through the south gate. If any of that wants to come in through to me, because of course, if you are a religious person, then you serve as a gateway for spirits that have wanted to put people like me to death. So, that's just like, wow. Okay. So that's why I have to make sure that I protect myself, because I don't follow with religion and I don't have to. Nobody has to. You don't have to do it. And then also, again, I have my theories and my beliefs where it is past life regression. I do. Because it does not necessarily serve us necessarily, which, I don't know about you guys. I like stability and security. And then also when it comes to that, what I discovered, because I've done probably thousands of readings, tens of thousands of readings, and I don't want to say tens of thousands, but I've done thousands of readings in the past decade. And there are certain cards that mean certain things. So for example, the Five of Pentacles depicts a church. It depicts lack. It depicts scarcity. And there are, again, people, your adversaries that are within the church. See, a lot of people want to focus on the witches being the adversaries. What about your adversaries that are in your congregation? Why are you going outside of your circle to go and look for problems when, when it's being induced within your circle, within your church? I don't understand it. So, that's why Hecate bought me this protection, and I absolutely love it. It is not cheap, and it is serious, and it's not just protection, but it can also be used for manifestation purposes, because obviously money is protection. It is. Money's protection, love is protection. A lot of the things that we desire to obtain protects us. It does, even though there's certain downsides to everything that we have. It could be a downside to having a home. It could be a downside to having a car. It could be a downside to having a lover. It could be a downside to having money. All of those things we still need for protection. So this particular protection is lifetime, lifelong. You get taught how to use it once you get it. And so you guys can contact me about that. Like I said, it's not cheap. I am offering a payment arrangement on it, which is $1,500 down. So you guys can contact me, okay? Because it's that serious. And it's like a double acting protection. It works against your adversaries, okay? And when we talk about protection, now, I think that what I want to talk about real quick is my adversaries who work a lot on social media glamour, which is them trying to constantly post things about me to make it look like I'm not protected, to make it look like something. I'm sorry, but somebody posting a disgusting photograph that's photoshopped of me does not mean that I don't have protection. Like somebody calling me a bitch, somebody calling me a hag. Hey, listen, my soul is of a witch. I'm used to being fucking called a hag. I am connected to the Fae. I know a lot about hags. I love hags. So I don't have no problem with that. So a lot of the shit that these people do on here. So I want y'all to understand that I don't have an intention on hurting people. I don't want to see anybody hurt. Okay. I just did a whole ritual with one of my spirits, and he ready to hurt some damn body. And that's not what's in my heart. So sometimes when you're dealing with certain stuff, you have to be patient. You have to see, you know what I'm saying? Like, obviously, I've talked to you guys about the demonic protection from death, meaning that, yes, in a very mystical, mysterious way, if somebody means you harm of death, there are certain spirits and powers that I have invoked to where my spirits are watching that person if they go postal, because they don't know how to calm down, connect with their own power. They don't really believe in the gods that they're talking about. So what they do is they freak out and they want to murder somebody and they want to do something to somebody. And what I feel it is a tornado. That's what my spirit said it is. It's just a zoop, just a vortex to suck their asses up and slam their asses somewhere so that they can't hurt you and your family. And it just is what it is. And I hate to be harsh about that, but it just is what it is, because why should you have to lose your life because somebody else is a stupid, dumb, crazy idiot? You see what I'm saying? But the protection that the newest protection, because that petty stuff adds up. There are some people that are sitting around all damn day. All they got to do, they got time. And that shit's gonna ding them, because one of the gods of time is Kronos, and he watches people. He don't like people to waste time. He don't like people to waste his time. He don't like none of that mess. Okay, he don't like don't like that. So he don't like those people. And y'all know Saturn is the planet of karma. Okay, and yes, Saturn does exist. If you take a telescope and point it towards Saturn, you're going to see Saturn. You're going to see Saturn. You're going to see Saturn's rings and everything. Okay. So that planet is there. We cannot discount that. And so a lot of people will get so deep in denial that they'll say, none of this is real. And then that's when we say, hey, maybe it's time for this person to be medicated, or either just, put them somewhere and let them rest. Okay. Because the universe does exist, and it just is what it is, and it works the way that it works. You just have to speak to it. And those are gods up there. Those planets are God. There are gods connected to those planets, and they do serve us on this planet, such as we serve them. Okay, which is why you guys see me outside burning herbs, making burnt offerings, because they take care of us while we take care of them. So it just is what it is. Okay. All right. And then also we can call down stuff that way, connect the stuff, do certain things. So the point that I'm making here is that it's time to really, really get serious, because, if you have an interest of building your wealth. Now, this is what I want to talk to you guys about. I want to talk to you guys about the generations and generations, not just of a certain race of people, but the tactics that are being used to stop you from obtaining what you want to obtain. See, I ain't no hater. There was a brief moment, I had a client that while I was staying in an extended stay, I helped her get her apartment. She moved into her apartment. I don't have jealousy like that. I am one of them types of people that I will settle into my path and love it. And I was loving it. At that time, I was real close to my boo, and I was just loving it. So, you know what I'm saying? But there's some people that are in certain positions, and we spoke about this, to where they know your dreams and they want to stop your dreams. Okay. And you got to be careful with folk like that, because it's like I said, you know what I'm saying? The fact that your vision is so high, the fact that your vision is so clear and wide and broad and expanded, and another person that has limitations, they're going to want to stop you. Those energies can cause a lot of struggle. They can. They can cause a lot of struggle. I've seen it happen. I've had it happen to me. And believe it or not, most of the time it's warlocking. It's usually a man or a confused woman that is jealous of you, that wants to stop you. And your spirit guides is going to give you what you need. That's just like, for example, I have certain spirits like Vepar, Lilith, Hecate. These are, moon goddesses, different types of goddesses of the sea. I got gods like Poseidon. You know what I'm saying? All those gods, they're like, we're working to move you towards the water. And that's what's going to happen. But then you got the adversary that don't really have the power of those gods, that don't want to see you have that. So my question to a lot of people is that, do you believe in God, or do you believe in somebody running their mouth because they hate? That's my question. So I guess it depends on, if you rocking with Jamila, it depends on what you believe in. I don't personally believe that somebody that their vision is not as expanded as mine has the power to stop me from doing anything that I want to do. But you know what? People like that will go through great lengths. People like that will go through hell and high water to try to stop you. They will. And that's when you got the evil eye. So as you're going along that journey, you can't lose sight. That's what they want to do. They want to make you lose sight. And it can happen. especially if you a manifester. And then all of a sudden you feeling like you can't manifest nothing. What's blocking you? What's the blockage? It could be many, many different things. I can tell you one thing, that religion is a big blocker. That's why I don't deal with it. I'm pagan. That doesn't mean that you can't be with a religious man. A lot of us witches or husbands are religious. Depends on where his heart is at, what he allows through that gateway. Okay, it depends on his intelligence level. It really depends. I would prefer not, but since it gives them, a lot of them, especially males, a sense of security. That's why I don't count them out. You know what I'm saying? Just as long as they're not praying against me, then we good. Okay, which would make no sense. Who would be stupid enough to be praying against somebody that they are involved with or connected with? You know what I'm saying? And then I personally feel like every religion ain't for everybody, but whatever. A lot of people could argue and say that paganism is a religion. Paganism is not a religion. It's mainly like a term. It's like something to describe something other than something else. So it's a very broad term, just like Satanism. So anyway, so my whole point that I'm making with y'all today is that we don't have time, man. It's time to stay above the fray, man, for real. Like, you know, and people in social media can't expect for your life to be limited for their entertainment. Come on now. Like, that's something that spirit is dealing with right now. Folks got to give up their life. Folks got to die. Folks got to get sick. Folks got to live in poverty. Folks got to go through all these changes. Folks got to go through what so that you can have entertainment? No, I don't think so. We've got an entire thing that says no to that. Now, on Valentine's Day, if you guys are not subscribed to the Witch's Broom channel, you may want to go over there. I will link that live that I did about King Solomon. Okay. I did a live on Valentine's Day that was brought to me by Lilith, of course, and Hecate about King Solomon, that they want to reach out to the wives and concubines of King Solomon who probably walk this earth right now, especially if you are an old soul. So if you guys missed that, then you'll probably want to go and take a look at that. Of course, y'all know your girl is real raunchy. I'm sorry about that. You know, I've been under Lilith's possession for the past couple of days because, you know, she's protecting me, you know, big time, because I don't let stuff touch my children. I don't even let stuff touch my significant other. I don't want nothing touching him. I want him perfect. So everything that comes in adversarial comes to me. And that's the way I'm going to keep it. Because I'm the one that, being that I'm a Cancer, I'm an expert in processing negative emotions and energies. I'm very good at transmuting things. So I'd rather deal with that than have my loved ones. And plus, it ain't their fault. It's not their fault that I made certain decisions. So that's why I'll just take it. You know what I'm saying? And if they want to carry some of my burden with me, they can. If not, I'm going to transmute that burden to something good, which is what I like to do. So y'all may want to go look at that, because what we discovered is that King Solomon, okay, I'm going to be honest with you, I don't like the dude. I don't really mess with him like that. And neither does the goddess really mess with him like that. And I guess it would depend on your history with him. 9 times out of 10 times out of 10, if you were one of King Solomon's wives or his concubines, he still has a cord to you. He's still connected to you. And a lot of people, when you hear about King Solomon's story, they gloss over what life was like for those 1,000 women, which basically they were hostages. Basically, that's a lot of them were there against their will. So this is something that on Valentine's Day, and it wasn't out of hatred for men, it was out of love for my man, because I don't want to see King Solomon and his army continue to attack people that I love. He's very jealous-hearted and very possessive. So you may want to look into that. A lot of people are kind of weirded out by past lives. That's because looking at your past life requires focused and safe shadow work, which many, many people avoid. They do. And the reason why it's best to be avoided, unless you know how to deal with it, is because a lot of people don't understand the astrology aspect of it, which involves Vedic astrology, which involves certain herbs, certain things that you want to have near you before you even attempt to do that. Okay. So, so y'all might want to check that out. Okay. What I found out was that I was actually one of King Solomon's concubines. I thought that was a fun fact to know. And mainly because I was one of his because I was pagan, and I was not happy about it either, because I had my own life. And then all of a sudden, and I know people think that people are crazy when they start talking about their past life regressions. People are like, oh God, here we go. Oh God. But your past life does affect your current life. And the deeper and the deeper and the further you go back, because y'all know that a few other of my past lives, one of them was as Ma Barker. Okay. That was something that I explored back in 2020 that I've been past. Okay. That still sometimes comes back up, her spirit, her energy. But I think that when you are somebody, depending on how old your soul is, you start to go further back, and it is important to understand how to deal with that. Mercury is getting ready to go into retrograde again, I believe sometime in March, and it sneaks up on us real fast. My suggestion is for you guys to get in on that protection. Of course, as a mama, I know that I can't protect you. I'm a mother and a grandmother and a great grandmother. Okay. I don't know if y'all knew that I'm the proud grandmother of 2 reborn dolls. But you can't protect yourself from everything, but I think that is how you deal with it. So I think it's very important for you to connect with your past life. But a lot of you guys are having so many problems that you can't even do that. The further and the further you go back in your soul's history, the more that it starts to make sense and the more clarity that you get. And that's very empowering. But a lot of y'all, hell, y'all wrapped up in all that chaos every single day. You reversing, doing reversal. And you're doing all this. And sometimes it's not appropriate to do a reversal, and you're trying to interpret, and you got all this stuff coming in. And then along with people throwing all kind of stuff at you, along with people trying to mix religion with witchcraft, which I think is a mistake. This is something that Hecate has spoke to me about so many times, because she feels that it involves too much fear of your own power. Okay. So, and then also self-hatred. I'm a witch. I love myself. I'm very responsible with my understanding of life. I don't just go out there. That's just like some people will go and drink and drive and kill people, drinking too much. You know, those are spirits. For me, I'm not irresponsible with spirits. I love my peace. And I just don't go out there and just do just anything. But that ain't the case for everybody. Okay. Anywho, I would say start buckling down, because once Mercury goes into retrograde, what ends up happening is that things are being pulled in through Earth's gravitational pull from the past life, spirits and everything else. Situations, circumstances are popping up, which causes even more confusion in your mind, your body, and your spirit. So I would say start getting in on the protection. If you can't afford the 1,500, which if you can afford it, you need to do it, because what spirit wants to do is give you guys a year to pay for that. Because the protection, first of all, it's secret. Nobody will see it. It's not anything I'm going to show in social media ever. Okay. And you're going to be sworn to secrecy once you find out. But basically it can just sit, you know, and of course I'll store it and then ship it to you. Okay. But there is a cheaper option for those of you that just can't afford it, because I know when you can afford it and when you can't afford it, or if you don't want to afford it. Basically, you can get me to do it, and I'll have a specialized type of thing for clients that are doing it's nothing like having your own, of course, but it's very, very specific. It's so like I asked Hikate, I said, why you didn't give this to me last year? Because I actually had all of the items for it. And she said, well, I tried to. She said it was you wouldn't. I've been trying to tell you about this for several years now. I was just recently became clear on the messages from her with that. And it's like, y'all wouldn't even believe it. Like, your girl is back on the highway and everything. That's just how powerful it is. Because I had some issues like 12 years ago. Oh, goodness gracious. The males in our family, sometimes it was an initiative to limit my travel, supposedly to protect me. So instead of being supportive, which is why I don't talk to those people, it wasn't done in love. It was done very evilly, to where it just made me want to get further away. But there was a spirit that was kind of put on me and it would just cause this, I don't want to say dizziness, but it messed up my equilibrium to the point where, like, just like that, it was like I had a hard time driving on the highway, and I'm back on the highway again. And I'm slowly healing. Like I said, I'm getting ready to finish a drive that is like over, well, the route that I'm taking. Well, no, it's about 1,000 miles back home. Let's put it like that. So, you know, and I'm pretty sure that there's probably evil adversaries that are like, well, I hope they die or something, and that ain't gonna happen. You know what I'm saying? But, you know, I've just been like not speed racer, but you know what I'm saying? Because I've been driving since I was 16 years old. But then all of a sudden it was like I was debilitated by this spirit that I didn't know how to remove it at first when I got to Kansas, and it just kind of squatted and festered, and That's why people should just love and support their family. But, you know, if you don't, if you got like this very same person, I don't talk to him to this day because of that. And I never will, because shamanism in my family is way too prevalent, and it's too dangerous to be dealing with folk that, yeah, no. So I'm back on the road again, feeling good about that. And, you know, getting ready to take a cross-country trip back home. And I know for a fact that we'll be safe and everything will be good. So I wanted to challenge myself. That's a big challenge. But we're taking stops along the way. So it might take me about a week to get there once we really start buckling down. It's only an 11-hour drive, you know, and I'm supposed to have my significant other with me driving. And so I'm hopefully he'll be able to. If not, I'll get myself there, you know. Pretty sure he'll be praying for me because he actually cares about me. You know what I'm saying? And that ain't going to stop. And I know that for a fact. Anywho, back to what I was talking about, y'all. So the protection that I have, it's like a double action. It's not just protection. It's triple acting, actually. It's protection. It's warding, along with a lot of other things. But then you can also use it for manifestation. Okay. Thank you, Stefan. Thank you. Yeah, I'm excited. I am excited about getting back to the Midwest. I explored various areas of Georgia, and there are some areas to where, like, I'll look over at an apartment building. I'll say, "Oh my God, I could live there," just based upon how it looks with the trees and how they. But the Midwest is amazing. It's an amazing place to live too. I think that all of God's creation is amazing, and one is not better than the other. You know, that's just like hell. If you know, if spirit was to lead me to move to the suburbs of New York, I would do it. Okay. I don't think that, you know, I don't have like problems with any area. Like, I would love to go to Colorado, you know what I'm saying? Like, there's so many different places that I would love to go, but you know, so the family is back in Kansas City. I'm going through a lot, and the protection was needed because I'm the only one protecting my whole family. Like, because there's a lot of the men in the family that are fucking possessed, and it's like, oh my God, like. So that protection is serving me a lot because I got little cousins that I love very much. And then, of course, my daughters. I'm a grandmother. I have 1.5 grandchild on the way. And so it's my responsibility to protect them. You know, again, not just from the adversarial energy that's out there that, like, it's like, really, like, that ain't that big of a deal, but just from other stuff. Because, you know, New Orleans, I would love to visit. Jen over in Boston. I would love to go to, what's the name of that one place that is dark in the wintertime? The over at the North Pole. Hell, I would live there. But I'm excited about going back to the Midwest because there's a lot of parks and stuff, nature parks, where as soon as I get there, I'm going to be right there. I'm going to be right there recording. I'm going to be right there in nature. It's going to be great. You know what I'm saying? Like, Kansas City ain't too shabby. People try to act like Kansas City is some kind of, it's like, no, Missouri is not like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's been people that have tried to act like Missouri is like a third world country. Like, Yeah, no, it's actually pretty nice there. You know what I'm saying? So anywho, so that's what's up with that. So contact me about that protection. Please don't contact me if you are not a person that doesn't know how to keep a secret. There are some people that you just can't hold no damn water. Even if it's for your own damn good, you just can't hold water. You just got to tell somebody everything. Exactly, Zenaida. Exactly. Have you been there and had some Gates barbecue? Oh my God, it's a craving. Literally, my mouth has been watering for some Gates barbecue. Literally watering. I am going to have a just like a Gates barbecue charcuterie board or however they pronounce it. I'm going to have that like right in front of me, just like all this Gates barbecue, just like sausage, because sausage is the Bombay. Like I've seen other sausage and I'm like, that don't look as good as like I'm constantly critiquing. I can tell by looking at the barbecue if it's going to be as good as Casey Mo. And it's not going to be good as Gates barbecue. Best barbecue in the world. I don't care what nobody said. Worldwide. I don't care about Texas. I don't care about Georgia. I don't care. Y'all not messing with us on the barbecue. Okay. Now, New Orleans or other places might be good on them seafood boils and stuff like that. I can't eat seafood. But I'm telling you that Gates Barbecue is the bomb.com. And they got other barbecue places down there, but I've tasted them and I'm like, eh. I mean, just the right amount of smoke and everything. Like, it's just, oh my God, perfect. Like, just absolutely freaking perfect. Like, yeah, oh my God. Yeah. And I love me some barbecue, man. I do. I love me some barbecue. Okay. And I ain't been too impressed down here in Georgia. No shade to Georgia. I love y'all. Okay. So anywho, get in on the protection. And I do, like I said, I do have a cheaper option. And so you guys are able to do that. Just contact me about that. I don't really like to mention prices and stuff because people, for some reason, there's a lot of people that assume that spiritual work is supposed to be cheap. Again, no, it is not supposed to be dirt cheap to get spiritual work done by someone else. If you're doing it yourself, then you're doing it yourself if you know what the hell you're doing. But somebody else doing it, no, you know what I'm saying? And then also, I think that that's a part of that discrimination against women, because men come out here and they make a lot more money as practitioners than the female witches. And believe it or not, that's something that is all the talk in the underworld and amongst Hecate, Lilith, and the goddess. They don't like that. They don't like how women are expected to do spiritual work. The witches are expected to be poor while doing spiritual work for clients, while men run around here and they make all this money and the women are just expected to be cheap. So, and it shouldn't be cheap. It shouldn't, because it's not serving you. It's not serving your practitioner. I've actually ran into a lot of problems not charging enough for spiritual work, not charging enough. Now, I'm able to get some leeway with this new protection, but you're highly being encouraged to get yourself in a position to where, you know what I'm saying, like you're not always compromised financially. That's the direction that we're going. And y'all need to be prepared for that too. Because being below the poverty line is going to soon equal death and starvation in this country. I want y'all to really, really be careful with that, okay? We got to get y'all to the point where, and I know that so-and-so is blocking you, your brother blocking you, your sister blocking you, pastor blocking you, they possess, they crazy. They'll sit there and look at you and you'll have your damn lights cut off, and they'll have the money to pay your bill, and they'll say, the Lord told me to be still. It's like, are you possessed? I ain't got no lights. My food is going back. Can you help me? And I've seen that happen to people that have paid tithes into the church, and they'll just be possessed as all get out. And I just, and if you a man and you hate me, you must be a misogynist, because all I do is keep it real about the situation. I have a genuine concern about the well-being of women and children, and how, oh my God, it's bad. It's bad, y'all. It's bad. I'm talking about human and child sacrifice of women, mainly girl children, is on the rise these days. It is, because they tripping. They not thinking. They tripping. And y'all got to be careful with that. And so that's the reason, that's one of the reasons why Spirit has been talking to me a lot about that. So if you a woman that hate me, you stupid. I'm sorry, because I don't have anything against nobody. I don't have a genuine, like, how like it's some of the women, it's just like mirror, mirror on the wall. I don't know. I embrace my own individual uniqueness, and I'm good within myself. You know what I'm saying? I've just always been that way. I ain't never been that type of person. Oh, goodness. Oh, them burnt ends, Stevan, them burnt ends, baby. Baby, oh my God, I'm going to give me a burnt end sandwich. I'm going to give me some sausage. I'm going to give me a slab of ribs. And then Gates barbecue fries. Oh my God. The sauce. Oh my God. You dip them fries in that sauce. Oh, ooh, baby. Like I'm like that's that, just the smell of Gates barbecue is like leading me back home, because I want to go home. I am homesick, and I've been homesick. I didn't even realize how homesick I was until my mother passed away, how homesick I was. And it just all came crashing down on me. It felt like I was sinking. It did. It just, I wanted my mama. I wanted to go home. I wanted my mama. I wanted my mama. And I wanted to go home. So, that just, and it's been, my mother passed away in 2021. Oh, God. You need to come down there to visit, Stefan. You in Texas. That ain't far from Georgia, I don't think, but it's kind of a trip. Anywho, get in on the protection. Contact me. We got a new moon coming up soon here, and this new moon is going to be real wicked. They all just real wicked. Got a new moon coming up. On February the 28th. So it's gonna, this typically will change, but around it, but February the 28th is when we're gonna have a new moon. So we'll watch it, but that's around that time. Sometimes it'll slow down, it seems like, and it'll, you know what I'm saying? Like, to get the update is kind of soon. And then we're gonna have it, I think it's gonna be in Pisces. That's what's gonna make it wicked. Oh my God. Oh God. Y'all, it's a new moon in Pisces. Oh my God. See, and y'all got to give me enough time to get prepared for that stuff, man. Oh God. You know what that means? See, Neptune is the planet of illusions, but also fears and then paranoia. Those unevolved enemies of yours are going to be totally delusional during that time. I mean, they're, and I'm predicting zombification. Just, yeah, yeah. Like, what the hell is, would you go sit down and have a Coke and a smile and shut up? Do you need a Palo stick? Here, I got a pound of them. You need some Palo? And then they'll be smoking weed and stuff. And weed is great. You know, cannabis is actually a herb of Neptune and Saturn, but they not balanced. They off balanced. Like that just, they're gonna be paranoid and delusional. That's gonna be a whole ass fucking trip. They're gonna be high as hell. See, when I would, and you know, marijuana is legalized in Missouri, right? In Kansas City. When I smoke some bud, I like to be relaxed. I don't like to be at war. Like I don't do that. That's a relaxation type of thing for me. And I gotta be totally relaxed. I don't want no argument. And you know what I'm saying? Because y'all know that I got a special relationship with Poseidon, specifically Poseidon. Oh my God. He came to me in a dream once. Just randomly. I didn't see any videos. I hadn't looked at no pictures. But then when I was looking up Neptune, I just so happened to run across a picture of Poseidon. And he came up just like that in my dream. And he may have been a big ass mermaid too. I may have saw like a merman type of thing. But he was real wide as the sea. Because somehow I ended up in the middle of the ocean. Somehow. I actually recorded a video for it. I haven't uploaded it yet because I've been so busy. I love me some Poseidon though. I'm just one of those types of people, y'all. If something negative comes up, I like to quickly transmute it. I don't like to have stuff sitting on my heart, bring up stuff from the past too much and all this stuff. And then if something does come up from the past, I like to deal with it. I like for it to be handled in a certain way. I don't like it when things get escalated. Folks get to acting a fool. Then you got to have the police there because people don't know how to calm shit down. People don't know how to navigate their own shit, their own emotions. I don't like that. And see, that's one of the reasons why I got to be out at the lake because that water is very soothing to me. And I feel like it helps to process those emotions that I'm constantly being asked and called to process, even though like for the first like 20 some years of my life, I was like, why do I have to process everybody else's emotions? You know what I'm saying? But it is what it is, you know, and I deserve it. I deserve it. Okay, regardless to what anybody say, what I deserve, I know what I deserve, and it is what it is, and it just is like that. Okay, just like that. Yep, they don't. They got a lot of beautiful lakes over here in Georgia. They got lakes in Kansas City. They got lakes in Missouri too. So it's not that difficult to find lakefront property. Probably in Kansas City and the surrounding areas, it'll be difficult, but you know, it just really depends. I think over in Kansas they have more. It just, you know, I think I got to get back and get grounded, you know, and hug my family and get my family back together because there has been an initiative for some reason to separate my family. It's very bizarre. Like, I'm just like, wow. For somebody else's paranoid delusions, that ain't gonna work out for them. It's not for you to try to change the dynamic of someone else for your own. I think that that's where the personal gain comes in. That's when you shouldn't be using witchcraft for that. But my life depends on it. My life. How does your life depend on how? You know, people love to deceive themselves, though. So it is what it is. They'll have to learn the lesson. So that's happening soon. And, and so I'm looking forward to that. But what I was going to say, guys, is the way that you contact me for the initial consultation is at my link tree. And I am going to be doing a witch an hour flash sale because my 30-minute readings are now 111. My spirit said, you know what? You're providing such a good quality of service to people. And your views, since your channel was basically demonetized falsely, that my spirit is tired of the views on my channel reflecting, people thinking that reflects me, and it doesn't. It doesn't, because views on my channel was something that I wasn't thinking about. It was something that was not important at the time. It still isn't important. You know what I'm saying? But it is going to go back up there. It is going to get back up there. And in fact, I'm getting ready to go so that I can do those updates and stuff that I was telling y'all about, because I have to literally trash like thousands of my videos, and then that will help my channel get back out in the algorithm, because I think your views tells the algorithm how many views you should get. So I've got quite a few videos with a lot of views on them that are going to be left up, but those other ones got to go. Okay. Especially the ones since 2020, because my channel got flagged. And when I came back, it was like, what and the what is going on? Hey, JoJo Dancing. I've been here. I've been gone for a week because I got flagged. Because I was being kind of, was I being bad? I wasn't being bad. I was just, yeah, because I'm not going to give up on this channel. Y'all got to understand that this channel, I started it in 2015. I built this channel. I paid and invested money and time to build this channel. I paid search engine optimization people to do my channel, to do backlinks and to do all this stuff, built up those 25,000 subscribers, and then bam, it was like my channel was not visible. I was blacklisted. Oh, I missed you guys too. I wanted to come back on a positive note, but I do have to mention some of the things that are happening, and the things that I am dealing with, you guys are dealing with it. We all dealing with it. Ain't nobody on this website special. The adversarial energy on this website is not special. They not the only confused people in this world, because I personally feel that they are confused. Because when you start to conjure death and destruction against somebody, you need to know and learn how to deal with it, right? And so I didn't do that. All I know is that I had people threatening my life, and I did what I had to do to protect my life and my loved ones' lives. I wasn't going there with it. It was other people that was threatening. When you are having a troll, or it doesn't matter if it's a troll, anybody that is receiving death threats, I'm talking about, I'm going to murder you. This happened to me in 2015 when I was in Savannah, Georgia. Listen, when you are doing things like that, you are threatening people. People have the right to defend themselves spiritually when you are threatening their lives. And then you may do something sympathetically to threaten somebody's life or livelihood, like spreading rumors about them. That is a sympathetic, more so soft kill, to where you're doing things that could compromise that person's life and their livelihood and everything else. So when you throwing energy out there, you need to be ready to deal with it. That's, that whole throwing your hands and hiding them. We don't do that around here. Because if I had a problem with somebody, I wasn't threatening their life 10 years ago. I just had a problem with them. I had an opinion of them. I had to defend myself. But then it turned into, oh, these people are trying to kill me. These people are trying to literally destroy my health, destroy my family. Oh, so then that's when you got to tighten it up. And for me as a witch, going to the church is not that. That's not, yeah, that ain't it. Going to the church. Yeah, that's not that's not what we do. I trust in my craft. I trust in witchcraft. I trust in magic. I trust in the mystic. So, and of course I trust in God, what they call the Most High, which I guess that would be a conglomerate of what is above us. But you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't, I'm not going to do things like that, because when it says what it says, it says what it says. You know what I'm saying? I'm a witch, and people will say, you ain't no witch, you ain't got no power, da, 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 whatever. Okay. I wouldn't be here right now if I wasn't. And when you open up the gateway, the doorway of witchery, I will tell you that in the last decade, I have learned what I should have done 10 years ago. But through my learning experience, I'm able to educate others now. Because there was a lot that when I opened up those doorways, a lot came through. A lot came a knocking, and some of it was not what I wanted. Okay. But otherwise, me, myself, and I in my craft came to settle in such a peaceful and just wonderful place that people will try to destroy, because they don't want to see you in that place. I love to see people doing good. I guess people are just different personality types. When I see people doing good, I love it. I love it. The energy. I love people that have that good energy of them doing good, them doing well, them feeling good, them, you know what I'm saying? And, yeah. So, but there's some people, they just love to see you upset. They love to see you chaotic. They love to, and I am an empath. There are some empaths, they just love to feel you in pain and suffering and going through something. And I ain't like that. I like to see people happy. Just in general. That's at the core of my being. So, and I don't quite understand other people, because what you connect to with other people is how you feel about yourself. That's within yourself. So, anywho, I'm going to get off of here so that I can do these updates and everything on the channel. Make sure that you guys hit that follow, like maybe unsubscribe and resubscribe if you're not getting my notifications, and click the bell icon so you guys will know when I'm live. But I understand that the energy has been so toxic. Like, oh my God, like an advanced effort was made to try to dim my light completely, which doesn't make any sense, because that energy that you use to do that, you could have done something better for yourself. That don't even make no sense to me. I've always been a firm believer of me doing my thing and them over there doing their thing and everybody doing their own thing. Yeah, make sure y'all subscribe to the Witch's Broom channel. And I do have another channel that I've been using as backup. You know, honestly, if I didn't have a bunch of people, like, I don't care what they say. I feel like they're confused. They don't want me to say that. But what am I supposed to say? Am I supposed to say, yeah, you 100% right in what you're doing? No, I'm not. Why would I say that when I know that they can go and do better? Why would I say that? You know? Good night, Zenaida. Thank you for coming. Make sure y'all hit that thumbs up too. So, get at me about that protection. I guess there's some people that love to be edged all the time. I don't like feeling like I'm on the edge at night. I have a lot. Just to let y'all know, what we have in our zodiac birth chart does represent who we are. My chart is dominant in Venus. So naturally, I'm going to be the type of person that just likes to have a peaceful and serene and secure environment. I don't like all that up and down and all that. Yeah, I don't like that. And I like for things to be the way that they are. And you know what I'm saying? And I like stability. Yeah, and it's totally not been. I mean, of course, I've been on my journey on like an adventure, but you know, that journey to me is leading me back to my hometown. One of the reasons why I was ultimately not able to be settled in Georgia is because it wasn't meant for me to get settled in Georgia. And that had nothing to do with nobody else. That's just fate and destiny. It was never meant for me to come here and be settled. You know what I'm saying? And that has nothing to do with nobody else. So, but otherwise, you know, I love being stable. When I've had jobs, I've always kept those jobs and been very stable, very reliable. I'm not the type of person that's all over the place, up and down, flipping up and down all around. I don't like all that. And then my sun sign in Cancer makes me hopelessly very loyal. It's a hopelessness of loyalty that I have. Like, I can't help but to be a loyal person. And I value loyalty also. Okay. So, you know, anywho, I will see you guys soon. Thank you so much for watching. Blessings to y'all. Okay. Have a happy moon day. Ooh, today is Monday. Yes. I love my Mondays. I can't help it. I'm a moon child. I'm a moon goddess, not a child. I'm a moon goddess. I love Mondays. I do. Y'all have a happy Monday. All right. Blessings to y'all. Bye-bye.